If you're thinking about adding birds to your farm or homestead, you've probably wondered, should I raise guinea fowl or turkeys? Both can live free range, both can be raised for meat, and both offer some unique benefits. But they are very different birds, and choosing the right one can save you time, money, and frustration. In this video, we'll break down the real-world differences between guinea fowl and turkeys, from feed costs and management to meat value and behavior. By the end, you'll know which bird makes more sense for your farm, budget, and goals. Let's start with one of the biggest questions for farmers: feed cost. Both guineas and turkeys grow well on high-protein starter feed, but how they eat and forage is very different. Guinea fowl are excellent foragers. Once they're adults, they can get most of their food from the land. They eat insects, seeds, weeds, and even ticks. Many farmers notice that guineas hardly touch the feeder during the warmer months because they prefer finding their own food. This means lower feed bills and more savings over time. Turkeys, on the other hand, need more feed. They grow larger, gain more body weight, and require a steady diet to reach market size. Even if they are free range, they usually still depend on daily feed. This can make them more expensive to raise, especially if feed prices in your area are high. So when it comes to feed efficiency, guinea fowl are the cheaper option. But that doesn't mean they're always the best choice, because feed savings alone don't decide profitability. Now that we've looked at feed and cost to raise, let's compare something every farmer cares about: meat value and how easy it is to sell each bird. When it comes to selling meat, guinea fowl and turkeys fall into two very different markets. Turkeys are widely known and accepted. Most people already understand how turkey tastes, how to cook it, and when to buy it, especially around holidays like Thanksgiving and Christmas. Because of this, turkeys have a steady and predictable market. You can sell whole birds, cuts or value-added products like ground turkey, sausages, or smoked turkey legs. A standard meat turkey can reach 12 to 20 pounds or more, depending on the breed and feeding program. This gives farmers plenty of meat to sell per bird, which can help balance the higher feed costs. However, turkeys are often price-sensitive, meaning buyers expect a certain price range and may not pay much more unless it's pasture-raised or heritage. Now let's talk about guinea fowl. Guinea meat is considered a specialty or gourmet product. Some people call it the poor man's pheasant because it has a tender, flavorful, slightly wild taste. Restaurants, high-end chefs, and niche ethnic markets often pay premium prices for guinea meat. A guinea usually dresses out at 2 to 3 pounds, much smaller than a turkey. But because the demand is niche and the supply is low, the price per pound can be much higher. For example, a pasture-raised turkey might sell for $5 to $10 per pound. A guinea fowl can sell for $12 to $20 per pound or more, depending on the region. The challenge? Not everyone knows what a guinea fowl is, and some buyers may hesitate because it's unfamiliar or smaller. Quick summary: turkeys, larger, easier to sell, steady demand, lower price per pound. Guinea fowl, smaller, niche market, harder to sell volume, higher price per pound. Meat value is important, but it's only part of the decision. Next, let's talk about something many farmers learn the hard way: temperament and day-to-day management. Guinea fowl are known for being independent, alert, and loud. They don't like being handled, and they don't act tame, even if they were raised by hand. Their natural behavior is more like a wild bird than a barnyard animal. When they sense danger, they sound the alarm with a loud, sharp call. This can be helpful if you want a natural farm security system. Many farmers keep guineas because they alert the flock and warn when predators are nearby. But there's a downside. They can be very noisy. If your neighbors live close, they may not appreciate the constant calls. Guineas are also escape artists. If you want to keep them confined, they need higher fencing, and even then, many will still fly over. Turkeys are usually calmer and more social. They tolerate being handled more than guineas, and they can bond with humans quickly. Some farmers even describe them as friendly or curious. When raised right, turkeys are easier to control and keep inside fencing. They usually do well in pasture systems, staying close to their feeding area. However, turkeys can sometimes be more vulnerable to predators if left completely free range, especially when young. Broad-breasted breeds are slower and less alert, making them easier targets. Heritage breeds, on the other hand, are more aware and better suited for outdoor living. One challenge with turkeys is something many farmers call the dumb stage. During the first few months, young turkeys, called poults, can be fragile and may struggle with things like finding food or staying warm without the right setup. Quick comparison: guinea fowl. Loud, independent, excellent watchdogs, strong foragers, harder to control. Turkeys. Quiet, friendly, easier to manage, but more vulnerable when young. Now that we've covered behavior, let's look at another key factor: health, disease resistance, and how much housing each bird needs. Housing and healthcare can affect the long-term cost and workload of raising poultry. So let's compare how guinea fowl and turkeys handle different conditions. Guinea fowl are known for being very hardy birds. They tolerate heat well, do great in humid climates, and are naturally resistant to many diseases that affect chickens and turkeys. Because they free range so much, they stay active and rarely become overweight. Guineas don't need large housing. Many farmers only provide a simple shelter for nighttime roosting and protection from storms or predators. Some farmers joke that guineas live outside unless the weather is terrible. But there is one challenge: getting guineas to actually use the shelter. They often choose to sleep in trees if they aren't trained early. This can put them at risk from owls and night predators, especially in the first year. Turkeys, on the other hand, need more structure, especially when they are young. Poults need warmth, protection, and careful management during the first few weeks. If they get chilled, stressed, or overcrowded, they can quickly get sick. One common issue is blackhead disease, which turkeys can catch from the soil shared with chickens. Some farms never experience it, but others deal with outbreaks. This means some farmers prefer to keep chickens and turkeys separate, especially in damp or poorly drained environments. Adult turkeys are much stronger and more resilient. Heritage breeds can handle cold temperatures, heavy rain, and even snow, as long as they have dry bedding and proper shelter. Broad-breasted turkeys are less hardy because their heavy body makes movement and roosting harder. Housing for turkeys should be predator-proof, well-ventilated, dry with clean bedding, large enough to avoid crowding. Because turkeys are larger, they need more space per bird than guineas. Quick summary: guinea fowl. Low housing needs, very disease-resistant, but tricky to keep contained. Turkeys. Higher housing and health management needs when young, but stable and hardy as adults. Now that we've covered health and housing, let's look at something often overlooked, but very important: the extra benefits each bird brings beyond meat production. Let's start with guinea fowl. Guineas are one of the best natural pest control birds you can have. They eat ticks, grasshoppers, beetles, flies, spiders, and even small snakes. Many farmers notice a huge drop in tick numbers after raising a flock of guinea fowl for just one season. This makes them especially useful in areas where ticks carry diseases like Lyme. Another benefit is that guineas act like a living alarm system. They alert the farm when something is wrong, whether it's a predator, a stranger, or even a vehicle entering the driveway. Some farmers keep guineas just for this purpose because they help protect chickens, goats, sheep, and even cattle from predators. On the downside, guineas can be rough on gardens or young plants, if not trained or fenced away. They scratch less than chickens, but they will dig for bugs, which can damage seedlings. Now, let's talk about turkeys. Turkeys add value in different ways. They can help with pasture improvement because their manure is rich in nitrogen. When moved using rotational grazing, turkeys can fertilize grass and improve soil health over time. Another benefit is that turkeys are often easier to market locally. People understand what turkey meat is, especially around holidays, and many consumers prefer farm-raised options over store-bought birds. Turkeys also tend to be more compatible with other poultry, especially if raised together from a young age. They usually don't chase smaller birds or cause chaos the way guinea fowl sometimes do. And finally, turkeys create a strong, family-friendly presence on a homestead. Many people enjoy their slower pace, calm behavior, and curious nature. Quick recap. Guinea fowl, excellent for pest control, great for predator alerting, lower maintenance once established. Turkeys, improve soil with manure, easier to market and understand, calm and friendly farm presence. Now that we've explored all the major differences, it's time for the final and most important part. Which one is the better choice for your farm? So now, the big question. Should you raise guinea fowl or turkeys? The answer really depends on your goals, your land, and how much time do you want to spend managing birds. If your main goal is meat production and you want something with a steady market, then turkeys are usually the better choice. They offer more meat per bird, more predictable buyers, and more opportunity for repeat sales year after year. If you're planning holiday sales or want to sell to local stores or butcher shops, turkeys give you a reliable product that most people already understand. Turkeys are also a great choice if you enjoy hands-on livestock and want a bird that's friendly and easy to work with. If children help with chores or you're running a farm that welcomes visitors, turkeys usually fit that style well. But if you're looking for a bird that's low cost, low maintenance, and brings extra benefits beyond meat, then guinea fowl may be the better option. Guinea fowl are ideal for farms battling ticks, insects, or snakes. They can reduce pest pressure naturally without chemicals, which helps protect other animals like chickens, dogs, and livestock. They're also great if you want a bird that mostly feeds itself and works with the land instead of depending on feed bags year-round. For many homesteads, guineas pay for themselves through pest reduction alone, even if you never sell a single bird. Here's a simple way to decide. Final thought. Some farmers raise both, and that can actually be a great option. Guineas provide security and pest control, while turkeys bring meat and income. Together, they balance each other out and create value in different ways. Choosing the right animals for your farm isn't just about what looks interesting. It's about finding livestock that fits your land, your goals, and your budget. Guinea fowl and turkeys both offer real value, but in different ways. One shines in pest control and low feed costs, while the other provides dependable meat and strong market demand. If you found this comparison helpful and you're thinking about raising one of these birds, make sure to check out the other videos on this channel. We cover everything from feed management and housing setups to beginner mistakes and predator proofing. Before you go, I'd love to hear from you. Which one are you leaning toward? Guinea fowl or turkeys? Drop your answer in the comments and tell us why. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future farming guides. Thanks for watching. And as always, raise smart, raise profitable, and raise with purpose.